Hello there and welcome to today's video. This is just going to be a very quick video. Well, probably will, because what it is this camera that I'm using here, I've just picked up today from the post office. I set it to be picked up there. I delivered it there to get it picked up because it wouldn't fit through my door and it needed a signature. So I've just opened it down here. I'm down at, I think this is known as Jarrow Lake, the river next to St Bedes and St Paul's Church, St Bedes Monastery again. Unusually, the sun is out today for the first time in a while, I think. It's been raining for the past few days and it's been very windy. In fact, it's very windy right now, actually. It's not that windy where I'm standing right here, but the trees are blowing quite wildly behind us. But it will pick up as I walk over this bridge a bit, I think. So I'll try and shoot I'll try and shoot for as long as I can here. See, I've only got about 20% battery left, so I don't know how long it's going to last. Because I haven't been able to charge it. I'm just testing it out, really. So I thought I might as well try and shoot a little video while I'm down here at this very scenic location, once again, where I've been before a couple of times here and there. As you'll know, if you've watched my channel before, you might have seen the other ones down here. I was just up there by the seats having some sausage rolls, so I've just had something to eat, so I'm well stuffed, shall we say. And the tide's out down here. You should be able to see it behind us here. If I point it up and down over, hopefully you'll be able to see that the tide is fully out as far as I'm aware. I think that's as far out as it goes down here, the tide that is. And it's pretty damn hot today, that's another thing. Because for the last week or more, it's been bloody freezing. I had to put my dressing gown on in the house, it was that cold. But today it's boiling. But I put my coat on because there was some black clouds in the sky, which seem to have disappeared. But for the most part, there may be a few darkish ones over there. Not as dark as earlier, though. So this is the bridge that I was on my, one of my other videos. It's disused now, it's a dead end at that side, as you probably know if you live around here. And I've left my bike down there. It should be safe because nobody can get in to the bridge from that side. Nobody can come in from that side of the bridge. So unless they swim across that very shallow water, well, they wouldn't have to swim, they just plodge across it and climb up there without us noticing. Then they could possibly take me bike. But not much chance, really. I think there's some extra cranes in the distance over there to what there was last time I was here, I think. There's a new big one. I know there's at least one massive one. And sometimes on night time it has like what looks like Christmas lights on it. It stands out like a sore thumb on the night time, I'll tell you that much. Whew, it's bloody boiling here. I'm roasted like a chestnut on an open fire. You should be able to see the other bridge in the distance behind us with the cars going across. Now this camera I'm using has the widest, I think it has the widest lens, the widest wide angle lens. It's called super wide out of all my cameras, so you should get a nice full view of all the scenery around us, you know. That's why I got it, to get all the scenery in and everything while you're on camera and stuff. I was going to go up to the monastery, but I don't know if I've got enough battery on this phone. I might go up there for a little bit if there's some battery left. Surprisingly, all the swans and the ducks didn't come over to us to try and get me sausage rolls off us. No seagulls either. One flew over us and circled, but didn't really bother us much or anything. Didn't try to get any anything off us or anything, you know what I'm saying? So, what else was I going to mention? Oh yeah, I was just wondering, has anybody else who's watching this video, have you had your house bin stolen, or the other bin, the green bin or the blue bin? Because I've had my black/grey house bin stolen twice in the space of just a few weeks. Might have been a couple of months apart or something like that, a few weeks anyway. So I've had to get 2 new bins. The last new one got stolen, and my original bin got stolen, so 2 went missing. Great, isn't it? So now I've got a third one, and I'm hoping that one doesn't go, but no my luck, it probably will. It tends to get stolen when you put it out in the street. No, correction. I'll leave it out in the street with the rubbish in. Then when the bin man empties it, he takes it out to the front street from the back, and he leaves it there. So every Tom, Dick and Harry can see it, and they think, oh, there's a bin over there. Because sometimes I forget when it's due to be, you know, when you're due to go and get your bin again after they've been. So I might leave it a day or two, and then when I go to get it, sometimes it's not there. It's murder. Put it that way. Anyway, what can you do? So has anybody else had their bin stolen? Any bin that you use for your rubbish and stuff? Because there's a bin thief on the loose in the Heaven area. It's probably more than one. Like, oh my God, somebody's vandalized the thing. Just noticed. Somebody has vandalized this. What do you call it? This little chart thing here with the photographs on the information about St Bedes Monastery. Because on my last video here, I showed this and I was talking about it and reading some of the words. It's been vandalized. Look at this. Disgraceful, man. Nothing. They don't leave nothing untouched. These vandals, man. I don't know. So, I'm not happy about that. Like, I don't like to see vandalism. Especially when there wasn't any on there before when I was here last time. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little tunnel thing down there. Can you see behind us? Where the water's coming out. Can you see that? I don't know if I'm at the right angle or not. But, yeah. And by the way, I was thinking down here might be a good place to fly my drone. But then again, I was thinking probably not, because there's loads of huge, massive pylons all the way along next to this river. So, power cables and everything. So the last thing you want when you're flying a drone is to be next to power cables and pylons. If you're quite far away from them when you take off, it shouldn't be too bad. But it's not a good idea to take off close to them unless you really know what you're doing. I mean, you see the size of these things, look. Hang on, I'll not extend this over the side of the bridge. I don't want it falling off into the water. Look at the size of this pylon, man. It's flipping huge, man. So, and there's loads of thorn bushes on this bridge. I don't know if they're like raspberry bushes or blackberry bushes, because if they are, they haven't come out yet. When's blackberry and raspberry month? When's that? Does anyone know? Because I haven't got a clue. That is for sure. I'm just continuously rolling here. Look at this. Someone's left the rubbish here. There's a big 2-litre bottle of something. Empty bottle, that is. I don't know. I always put my rubbish in the bin. No matter where I am, I always find a bin. And if there isn't a bin, I usually put it in my pocket and keep it until I find a bin somewhere on my travels, you know. And if I can't find one before I get back home, then I just wait till I get back home and put it in the bin at home. Unless I've got tons of rubbish, then I really have to make an extra conscious, harder effort to find a bin. Because I kind of carry a big bunch of rubbish back home. I've got that stuff in my bag and it won't fit in, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh, I'm looking right into the sun. That's blinding, man. Blinding. Should have my sunglasses. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, depending on how much battery's left, if there's any battery left, you'll next see us at St Bedes Monastery, hopefully, or somewhere similar, or somewhere else entirely different. I don't know. See you in a bit.
Now, unfortunately, as you can see on the screen here, for some reason, my microphone did not record any audio whatsoever over the next footage. I don't know why. The microphone was switched on, the green light was on and everything. But never mind, I wasn't too happy about this. But anyway, here I am explaining that there's 2 graves here, like tombs, and they have 2 people buried here, a husband and wife, who used to run the church or something similar. I don't actually know, but they were involved with the church in a big way, I guess, because if they weren't, I guess they wouldn't be buried here. One of them is called Isabella, and the other one is Thomas, and I'm trying to remember the surname. It was something like Cruson or something similar. I must apologise, I forgot what the surname was offhand. I wish I had the original audio, but unfortunately not. Damn it. Anyway, I was trying to explain that these are like, it's very sinister looking to me. You know, they're buried pretty much above the ground. They're tombs, and they reminded me of a tomb of Dracula or something. You know, a bit like something you would see in an old horror movie or something. Similar to the ones that I found in Bede'S Cemetery in the dark on one of my previous videos. Now I'm just coming around to the other side of St Paul's Church here. Forgive me because I can't remember every little thing I said on this original video here, so I'll just have to try and do my best. But as you can see, there's a great view. You get a much better view of the church with this extreme wide angle lens that I'm using, and this is a very nice looking church indeed, and it has this classic tower. As you look up at it here, it looks quite quite special, doesn't it? Very impressive, you know what I mean? So yes, we're lucky to have this church in Jarrow. St Bedes, well, it's not St Bedes, it's known as St Paul's, but it's next to St Bedes Monastery, which is around the other side. But the monastery, of course, is just ruins now, but it still looks very good nevertheless. So I'm just heading round to one of the front doors here, sort of one of the main entrances into the church, and this is one of the main entrances right here. Now, I was just explaining that me and my ex-friend John once did an investigation here in the dark, and we spent quite a bit of time by this door, and John was trying to record sounds and stuff through the gate on the door there, as far as I remember. If you want to check out our investigation, if you plough back through all my videos here on the channel, you should eventually find it. It's labelled St Paul's, St Bedes Monastery Investigation, something like that. And I'm just explaining here that these gravestones have all been took down and laid flat because they used to stand upright, but I think they were in danger of collapse. Maybe some of them actually did fall over, so they've put them down for safety reasons. Now, as we're coming around to the other entrance here, I was just recalling an event that took place here with me one night in the dark. Now, usually I would not come to this location in the dark because it's a bit secluded and people can basically turn up from anywhere. It's not safe. But one night I decided to chance it, and I'd always put off until this point. So I went down there about 10:30. I was at the river, right, and then I went up the path from the river onto the road until I come to the front gate. And by the way, here's the other main, I think this is the proper main entrance into the St Paul's Church. Anyway, I was going up the bank and I passed this parked car outside the front gate. And there was a guy sitting in it, and he seemed to watch us as I went past on my bike into the entrance of the church. And I was thinking, uh-oh, what's going on here? So I got to the door where I am now, as you can see is here, in the dark with my night vision camera. And I was watching to see what was going to happen first, to see if the guy got out of the car or anything, but he didn't. He drove off. So anyway, I started recording my intro to the video on night vision. Then I heard footsteps coming up behind us. So I turned round, and here's this guy approaching us from behind. I says, "Oh, you all right?" And he answered us, I think. And then he come over and I says, "I'm just shooting a little video here." And he's looking at me camera and he says, "Oh, what are you doing?" I says, "Like a video and that." And he suddenly realised, he goes, "I'm not on there, am I?" I says, "Well, you kind of are at the minute, because I was recording myself and the camera was facing in his direction. So he told us, he says, you better turn that off now. Get that off. I didn't want to turn it off, but I turned it off anyway because he was getting a bit, a bit funny with us. And then he says, I don't want that on there. Delete it now. I want you to delete the footage. He says, I don't want you putting that on YouTube. I says, well, I don't have to delete it. He says, I don't care. Because I said, the law says you can record anything or anyone in public from a public place. And he was starting to get a bit hostile and angry. And he was trying to demand that I delete it right now. And I don't upload it on YouTube, so I can't. And I says, I can't delete it off here. It doesn't let you. And he didn't believe us. So he threatened to get the police. I says, well, get the police then. And basically, we went over to his car. He says, come with me to my car. And then he decided not to phone the police, and he put more pressure on us to try and get us to delete it. So I'm pressing all these buttons and everything, trying to find out on the menu if there was a way of deleting it, which I pretty much knew there wouldn't be, and there wasn't. So he made us promise not to upload the footage onto YouTube. So reluctantly, I sort of agreed, because, me with cameras, I like to record lots of stuff, and I don't usually like to be told what to do with it, and I don't think anyone does. Even film directors don't like to be told what to do with the footage and how it should be edited. That's why a lot of film directors sometimes take their name off the final cut of the movie if they didn't have the final cut of the movie, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, granted his wish, and I didn't upload the footage onto YouTube. So he wasn't on it much. He was only on for a few seconds. But nevertheless, he was not happy at all, and he didn't want it on there. So I didn't upload it, and I haven't even uploaded the rest of the video from that night either yet. So anyway. So I'm not sure what I was saying at this point. I think I was possibly talking about... I had to see this woman. Well, not see her. I had to talk to this woman online on a WhatsApp video call to try and help us with my paranormal situation with the attacks and stuff. I do some sort of physical renditions of what she was doing on here in a few minutes or seconds from here, I think. And I was pointing out this room is a room with a view, because it's got a huge window door thing on the other side of it. Maybe this wasn't the bit where I was onto that bit yet, but never mind. That bit's coming up in a minute. But I did speak to this woman who she's trying to help us. She tries to remove evil spirits and bad energies from people who are having lots of bad things going on. And she said she'll have to do more work with us after our session. She didn't charge us for any of this because I ran into her brother. I didn't know him. I just ran into him and started talking about stuff. And he put us in contact with her, his sister, to try and help us. So I'll have to speak to her again. I'm talking here about this door. Years ago, I tried some EVP communication here, and I got into contact with some woman or girl called Caroline. But I can't remember if I got any other information about her. I don't think I did. I think I just got her name. Maybe it's one or two other things. But the video where I did this, I think most of it's on here somewhere on my channel, if you want to check it out from way back. Yeah, and I was talking about, I was there just before it was starting to get dark. It was just the light was starting to go. It wasn't in the dark when I did the communication thing. But it was right next to that door where I picked her up, talking, saying her name, I think, as far as I remember. And I was also talking about how I did an investigation here a few years back with Twilight World's paranormal group, who I used to be a member of. I used to be a member of that group. They used to meet up every, I think it was like Tuesday or so. I think it was Tuesday in South Shields Marketplace in the Rosie Malone's pub upstairs. And the group was run by Andy and Avril. And John was the guy that used to collect the money when you paid to come in. You didn't have to pay too much. It was just to go towards trips out and prizes for raffles and bingo things or whatever. I once won a prize there in one of the quizzes. Actually, I won Fire in the Sky on DVD, one of my favourite movies. That was a good one, based on an alleged true incident about Travis Walton, who was a logger in Northern California in the woods, and he got abducted by aliens. Yeah, good film. Check it out if you haven't seen it. James Garner was in it as well. The late great James Garner. Now I'm just about to go down this little bank here outside of the monastery walls, and I think it's on this bit. I was talking about. I did an investigation here as well in more recent times with Gateshead Paranormal Group, because I used to be friends with Brandon, who was one of the main members of the group with Terry. But unfortunately, I fell out with Brandon online and he blocked us, which is great, over the whole situation with the, how do I put it, with the Miley Cyrus flying around. Yeah, I tried to mention a few things about that and he blocked us, so I didn't say anything bad to him. I just tried to warn him a bit or something, and he blocked us. So that wasn't very nice, but not much I could have done, really. You know, I'm always one for telling the truth and trying to help people, but sometimes it smacks you back in the face type of thing, you know. But it's just one of them things you have to put up with, I guess. And here I'm pointing over there because when I was doing the investigation with Twilight Worlds, I saw a black shadow, a black figure on the top of that grass area there on the bank. And it stopped us dead in my tracks. Now, I don't normally see anything. This was in the dark, but I definitely saw something standing there. And at the exact time I saw this, when I played the recording back, there was a voice on the recording. I can't remember what it said, but it was a bloke's voice. And when I saw the figure, I mentioned it to Andy and some of the other friends in the group.
Right, I've just checked the battery. I've got exactly 10% left, so I'll have to get my skates on here. I'll have to wrap up in a minute. Not because it's cold, I mean I'm going to wrap the video up. It's very warm today, like I said. Quite the contrary to cold. Very warm indeed. Phew. I'm doing this all facing this way for a change to see how it works out, just for a change. I usually show some shots facing forwards, but since my battery's nearly ran out, I thought I'll do it this way for quickness. Because when you're changing the camera back and forth, it's going to use up more battery power setting it up and everything. You know? So, I'm going to have a sit down in a minute. Even if it's on the grass. Oh well. Oh, there's some seats over there. Oh well. I might sit on one of them, I might, or I might not. Excuse me. Hay fever's bad again today as well. Unfortunately. Right. Let's turn around. Should be to see. This is the back end of the monastery and the side of the front of the church here, I think. I think that's the front. As far as I'm aware. Right. The good thing is I don't think it's going to rain today. But they did say there was a 20% chance. Yeah, I'm super hot in a minute, like. Super duper hot. I'm not boasting or anything, I'm like, the temperature, like, it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm going to sit over here a minute. Okay then, well, I think I better wrap this video up here, actually, because I'm pretty sure the battery's going to run out. I got more footage than I was expecting to get with only 20% battery left, to be honest with you. So anyway, this was just a quick little video. I don't know how long I've been shooting for, because I did stop a couple of times. So if you've enjoyed any of this video, actually, come to think of it, This is exactly the same spot where I ended my last video here. But it's the handiest seat while you're in here. In fact, it's the only seat when you're in there, unless you go to the seats in the park bit out the front. So anyway, this was the handiest. I just noticed there's a checkered pattern on some of the ruins over there. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah. Don't say Freemasonry extended back as far as this monastery. I would have, well, probably did, but I don't know. Anyway. So if you've enjoyed any of this video, don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, and I'd be very grateful, as usual, for that. Very kind of you if you do that. Only if you enjoyed it, of course. I don't want to persuade you to do that if you didn't enjoy it, of course. And don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see some more videos at some point in the near future from me. And with that being said, I think I'm going to have to head back home soon, because I've just thought, I'm expecting this shopping delivery, you know, from me grocery shopping from Asda. Actually, I better check the time. What time is it? Hang on. Try to hold the bike with one hand here. Ooh, it's 7:25. So I better get me skates on. My shopping's due between 8:30 and 9:30. Oh, right. Should have enough time to get back, hopefully. And to sit down first and a drink of water. So, like I say, I'll catch you all next time. So, see you then. So, bye for now. Ta-ra now.